Okay, next questions. Under this company structure, what is the maximum number of names that we can have under this company structure?
So from our side of things, we create very simple limited company structures or SPVs. Ideally, we want to keep a maximum of 8 shareholders within a limited company. We can go to 10. The challenge thereafter is actually you run the risk of becoming what's called an alternative investment fund, and I won't bore you with the details of that, but then the structuring and the tax efficiencies actually change. So ideally sort of 8 to 10 is sort of the maximum. But again, very easy to structure, very easy to allocate proportion of ownership. And obviously in a personal name, the maximum you can ever have is 4 on a title deed. So it can, for large groups, help.
Because typically, as you probably is aware of, that many of our buyers who come in are usually our parents, and they were always asking, John, if I buy this under a company structure, can I put my children's name in it? And many of them are actually maybe below 21 or below 18 years old. Is that possible to still include their name?
So any shareholder must be a minimum age of 18, and that's a UK-wide law, unfortunately. So it's not something we can change. But they must be a minimum of 18, and then in GetGround and the limited companies we have, they must own a minimum of 1 share. So 18 and above really is the common one. The good news though, and this is again one of the reasons why limited companies are quite popular, particularly from estate planning perspectives, which is what we touched upon earlier, it is very, very easy to transfer or gift shares proportionally or progressively during the ownership. So you might buy a property today, and if you did have a child that was under the age of 18, when they do turn 18, you could then start gifting them shares. And it just helps with some of the estate planning perspectives and purposes. So it becomes very easy to add shareholders without incurring any additional stamp duties or anything like that, rather than in your own personal name, where essentially if you wanted to change the structure of that and add a child, essentially you end up having to sell it and then rebuy it is sort of the simple way of doing it. So it is a benefit in that regard.
Right.